Sometimes we confine ourselves to patterns. We adhere to a menu of meat and potatoes that is safe, reliable, mildly enjoyable, but over time, totally unfulfilling. To alleviate this, we travel to new and exotic places and expand our Epicurean experiences and delights. The same is true for our bedroom lives. A healthy and active sex life is important. Depending on the state of affairs, weekly, monthly, annual, biannual dose of sexual meat and potatoes needs to be expanded, and a healthy dose of exotic and romantic places needs to be entered into the equation.
I remember it was about 2 summers ago, and me and my girlfriend at the time, we were up on this hill. It was like a lookout point, and it was really hot and really warm at the time, and below that lookout there was a little grassy area, and there's about 4 people that were there at the time, and we kind of snuck down towards the grassy area, and we just started making out and doing some fun stuff. And I guess more and more people came, and we just went all out, and we just didn't care who was up there. And I don't know if they saw us, and I don't think anyone did, but it was kind of funny because we could see them like right above us looking out, and they didn't look down, and it was pretty cool.
Well, I was living in Golden, and I was building a cabin, and I was doing some roofing, and it was a hot day, so we ended up taking our tops off. And one thing led to another, and the next thing you know, we're rolling around on the roof. So, on the roof, hot.
I'd been in the Army Cadets for about 6 years at this point, and we were on a 1-week exercise with 3CAV, which is an armoured company. And a week in the bush will do strange things to you, and I was just coming back off my turn at watch, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I met one of the girls that was in my platoon, and we decided to go for a walk. And that walk ended up landing us next to the back of one of the armoured personnel carriers, and one thing led to another, and we were inside the armoured personnel carrier, and it was pretty quick, but it was an interesting place. I thought it was an interesting place to do the dirty, so.
Well, I was about 20 years old at the time, and my girlfriend and I had gone to a rock concert in Montreal in an open-air stadium, along with about 15,000 other kids. And we brought 2 sleeping bags with us. We zipped them together for a double-wide comfort, and we were getting it on inside the sleeping bag, kind of oblivious to the fact that there was hundreds of people all around us. And it wasn't until later on that some friends mentioned that it was pretty obvious what we were doing, and that our focus wasn't very much on the music. That was Jefferson Starship and Jethro Tull. Great concert, great time.
So I was 19, I was flying to Denmark from Montreal, and there was this really nice gentleman sitting beside me, and everybody else was sleeping. So we decided to make out. So I'm a member of the Mile High Club.
Probably the weirdest place that I've made love is actually shopping with my partner, and in one of the retail stores down on Robson Street, and there was no changing rooms left, so we decided to go into a changing room together, and then got a bit carried away with it. So.
This beautiful old barn in the middle of a field, and I looked inside, and there's these amazing hay bales inside, and we thought to ourselves, isn't this the most romantic notion of having a roll in the hay? What went from being a very romantically intended thing turned into one of the most long scratching sessions I've ever had. We just went overboard scratching and took off. That was that. Had to leave the barn. Barn was no longer romantic.
Can you fit it?
One more quick shag. What do you say?
Sure.